our Thanksgiving discussion will be brought to us by PrizePicks. Oh. Because this episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. We make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right gets you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement on this sports season, whether you're following the NFL, NBA, or both. There's no better time to jump in on the action. Just download the PrizePicks app today and use promo code LOCKEDONNFL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONNFL for $50 in lineups after you play your first 5. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. All right, guys. Bull, you mentioned this earlier, and I'm not sure if you knew this was coming up or just happened to come up in conversation, but how do you think Shedeur Sanders being under center and the threat of an actual downfield passing game will impact how the Raiders try and defend Quinshon Judkins?
Yeah, that's part of the reason I think Quinshon's going to have a big game, because I think Shedeur, it was clear in that first appearance that he is unafraid. There have been times where Dillon Gabriel has had guys open down the field, and he's afraid to pull the trigger. He doesn't want to throw a pick. That's how I see it. There's no way I can know that for a fact, that's why he doesn't throw it, but that's what it seems. Whereas Shedeur, to his credit, even though it could backfire sometimes, is unafraid. He will throw the ball downfield. He'll probably make some mistakes doing it, but he'll make some plays doing it too. Mm-hmm. And you have to have. It's very hard to be successful running the ball if there's no threat of passing the ball downfield. Now, even if he does throw the ball downfield, if you're the Raiders, you're still focused on the run game. I don't think there's any doubt about it. But even if it makes a half a second difference or a little bit of a difference of that eighth guy being in the box versus the seventh, whatever it might be, mm-hmm. I think it makes enough of a difference, combined with the fact that the Raiders stink defensively, that will lead to Quinshon Judkins having more success. That's how I see it.
I think that having Shedeur under center, I think the biggest difference between Shedeur and Dillon is a robot. Shedeur is a football player. And when I say that, like when you're playing football, they always say don't be a robot. Meaning, if you see something, go for it. To where I might tell you I want it to be like this. The playbook might say to go like this, but be a football player. If you do what you got to do to make it happen. And I think when you look at Dillon, the way he played, it was like, Coach want me to do it exactly like this, so I'm going to do it just like this. And that's what gets you on the field, and that's what should get you on the field, because you get trust with the coach in that rapport. But at the end of the day, the people that win games is football players. It's so many times. You know how many times I seen JOK go underneath a block? You never supposed to go underneath a block to go make a play. But yet he did it, boom, got back on there and made the play, and it just was unbelievable. Like, it's so many examples of that, and I think with Shedeur, it might get him in trouble sometimes, because you're never going to be 100%. But like the aggressiveness, the fact that I know Kevin said not to throw this, but I'm about to throw this. Like even in the preseason, his 2 touchdowns against Carolina, he probably shouldn't have threw that ball. I mean, one was in triple coverage, the other one was in double coverage, and yet he still made the play. To where I feel like maybe Dillon never would have thrown that ball. So I think having that mindset and being able to pull the trigger on some of those, absolutely. Because if I'm playing corner, he'll throw it. Let me back up. The Ravens already came out and said, we know they're not throwing the ball deep. Me and G watched the tape. Heck, the post safety was only 10 yards off the ball. They was all like in that box. You can count all 11 people
in the box.
Right there in the box, close to the box. So I think, just having him in there is going to open up things for everybody, as far as the run game goes, and I think for the passing attack, even though it's intermediate. I feel like for the first play, if I was the Browns, if I was Tommy Rees, the first play I would run on the very first snap is out and up. I'd run it out and up. I come out in that spacing with that condensed formation. I have Judy run that out and boom, go up. I guarantee you, if you throw it, it'd probably be wide open. Probably be wide open because they would never expect it.
Man, look. If I look at it like this, man. Hey, you ever been on a diet for a long time?
No, never.
Yeah. you be all right. You be you working out, and then you be like, okay, I got a cheat day. And Thanksgiving is coming up, right? We just talked about all that good food.
This is a bowl.
You talk about, hey, if you gonna be sitting here, don't nobody care nothing about you trying to have no diet on Thanksgiving.
One plate.
Listen, one plate. If you gonna have a cheat day, go all the way up top. Don't eat one piece of cornbread. Hey, get busy. Matter of fact, eat so much you gotta lay it down, and then you get right back on the bike the next day. You say, G. Bush, what are you talking about? Here go your analogies. Shedeur Sanders got one night only anyway. You think, look, like if he don't ball out, they're gonna put Dylan Gabriel right back in, right? If he don't come out here making no throws, he come out here and they lose the game and he 11 or 18, 1 touchdown, and we sitting here arguing back and forth. What did it really look better than Dylan? What? Nah, bro. Here's what I'm gonna tell you, Shedeur. Go out and live one night only. Go out and let it rip. Maverick Top Gun. That's what I'm talking about. Because look, you gonna get your one shot. Don't look back at your one shot and say, man, I wish I would have been more aggressive on that. I would have let that post rip. You know what? I did check it down right here, but I seen something. Hey, franchise quarterbacks, the Brett Favres, the Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning threw 30-something interceptions his rookie year. You got one shot. Go out there and let it roll. Have fun. And go out there and put some energy into the tape, into your teammates, and see if you can come out with a win. But you are who you are who you said you are. You got to smile. You got to play the way you play. Go out and play and let it all hang out and see what you can do.
That was beautiful. What did that have to do with Quinshon Judkins?
Here's the thing. I was talking about him. I was talking about him. Listen. But by the way, see how this works? If you go and let it all hang out and do all that other kind of stuff, that makes them respect your gangster. That makes them say, you know what? I can't get flat-footed because this dude really might throw that. He put it on tape last week. It was a check down to move the chains to Jerry Jeudy. He said, no, Gage Leverdan, I'm going up top. If you do that and you establish that early and you establish that I can move in the pocket, I can move here, I'm going to be able to get this off, and I will take the ball down run, and I will throw the ball deep. Now you can't have 55 dudes in the line of scrimmage.
By the way, 2 things about Gage Larvenden before you go. Number 1, that sounds like the name of a punk band from the 90s.
It is, a German punk band.
Yeah, and number 2, I think I've heard his name pronounced 13 different ways.
We don't know.
I don't think anybody knows how
You
to
got it
pronounce
right.
Which one?
Gage
Larvenden?
Yeah.
We got to call him G Lab.
Larvenden or Larvenden?
Oh, I don't know.
See, there you go. All right, Jason, go ahead. Your thoughts on Quinshon Judkins.
I will be curious to see how many checks they give Shedeur at the line. How much they trust him with, if you see this, do this. If you see that, do that. Mm-hmm. And I think that will actually be very telling in how good of a game Quinshon has. Because I think that they've kept some seatbelts on him to this point, so we'll see how much they trust him. And I don't know, can you tell by watching he had a check and
That's what you'll see.
He did this and he did this
Yeah.
one.
No, I mean, can you tell as a former player if they gave him an option at the line?
Yeah,
You see what I'm
he'll
saying?
get up there and he'll make he either got a can of play or he's got a check to the play. Is that what you saying?
No, I think so. Remember we was watching the film and I said, okay, you remember how they had everybody at the line of scrimmage?
Yeah.
And we were sitting there saying like, okay, well you got the tight end in the gravedigger position.
Yep.
And you have your back end.
What's
Does
that?
he?
What is a gravedigger?
Gravedigger is when that tight end is not off the ball and he's standing in the 2-point stand like this.
Okay, yeah,
That's a
yeah.
gravedigger.
Does he have the autonomy to say, I want to max protect this up? You staying in, the back is staying in, plus my tight end. They showing 7. I got 5 linemen. I'm gonna go ahead and max protect. I got 7, and then we gonna ride with.
I feel like our quarterback should.
We gonna see. Sometimes they just got to run the play if you give it to them, and they don't trust anything.
I
he can
guess
read
that's
that.
And
true.
that's kind of what I'm getting to, is I want to see how much they trust him to change things at the line and how much they say, go run this.
Because
Can you tell that? Can you tell that?
Well, sometimes if you look at it, you like.
That's
yeah.
what I was trying to poorly
Because
ask.
if they got those guys up there, and you obviously can't block those guys, right? Obviously, if they're bringing more, you see veteran
Not
quarterbacks
true
set up.
because you could keep them. You could some quarterbacks, like Cardell would tell me, he would make the running back go out. Like if he seen like 7 people about to blitz, and he'd be like, I tell the running back, go fast out there. I'm gonna just hit you as soon as boom, just dump it off to you because they're not gonna check you.
Well, that's the autonomy that Jason is kind of talking about. And Shedeur said something. He said something about the hungry dogs or whatever. Like somebody asked him, "Hey man, I know you developed that with Laverdane and the hungry dogs." He's like, "Yo, I don't got that much juice. I can't just be telling who's gonna be in the game. Whoever out there." So I do agree that there are some calls. I bet you they bring him in and he say, "No, don't change nothing. Run it as is." And then if they give him a couple of looks where he's comfortable with that and say, "Okay, well now you can read engage that," change it to whatever you're gonna do. But
I think it all comes down to him. I mean, because you get the little communication before the snap, so
Right.
you giving him the play, and as he's walking up, I think you can still talk to him. And I don't think it's shut off.
I forget when they cut it.
I don't think it's
Cuts
shut
out
off
at
by
15 in college. I thought it was 20 in the pros. I'll double check.
Yeah, like if they give him, they better give him the play quick and say, and hurry up and get him lined up, and then say something to him before that communication go. If they want him to check out or something.
It's 15 seconds college and pros. 15 seconds.
So you get what's a 25-second play clock? So you give him the
35-second play clock.
it'll be fascinating because
he should be able to get him out the huddle, then run him, get him up there, and then say, "Hey, watch out for this," and then it's gonna probably shut off.
Tommy Reese, what is his second game calling plays?
Third.
Game, but he's his second quarterback calling plays.
Yep.
So chances are you could turn that game on and say, "What the heck is this? I didn't see this."
100%.
Like you might see a whole completely. I don't know what they running because you got to. They can break tendency in this game, which is why you possibly could see some explosive plays because you could break tendency in the
The
first.
plays that Shador likes and is comfortable with are probably much different than the plays Dylan likes.
Definitely.
And is
Yeah.
comfortable with.
Yeah.